You know, Herb, have you noticed how quickly and smartly I've been zipping through the water lately?
You know, I have, Don. Do you think it's because of your new diet?
Yes, I owe it all to Ultra Swim Fast.
Oh, I thought you were using Deal-A-Seal.
Well, I was, but the seal kept swimming away.
Was that the seal of approval?
Yes, for Beakman.
Hey, speaking of Beakman, let's listen to Beakman speaking.
Okay.
Turn him on.
Okay.
Fact: watermelons that were cut in half, hollowed out, and dried were used by ancient Greeks and Romans as helmets. I'm Beakman, and you've just broken into Beakman's world. Scorch me with it, Liza.
Jordan Gray of Austin, Texas asks, Dear Beakman, would you tell me some cool stuff about ants?
Hey, I'm not gonna say uncle on your ant question, Jordan. It just so happens there's one perfect place to study ants. A picnic.
And you know what picnics mean. Good food. Good times.
And dirty tricks. Beakman, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna get me all hungry for all this delicious food here, and then the ants will come and take it all away.
Not at all, Lester. Why, I specifically chose this spot for a picnic because I know it's ant-free.
Oh, what are you, Beakman? I thought you said there weren't any ants around here.
Are you saying that ants took our food away?
Beakman, we need some food for thought.
Coming right up. Let's glance at ants through the miracle of our bogoscope. Here's how the ants found our picnic. One ant ran across our little shindig, had a snack, and headed back to its nest. On the way, it marked its path by frequently pressing its body to the ground and releasing a scented chemical. When it reached its nest, the ant signaled its pals that there's a party in the old park today. They found the trail the first ant left and followed its scent back to our picnic. Check this out. Your ant in basic brown. Like all ants, his body is in 3 parts.
The head, the trunk, and the metazoma.
That's Oklahoma. Chish.
Like all insects, ants have 6 legs. And each ant leg is divided into 9 segments connected by movable joints.
Some ants can lift 50 times their own weight.
That's like me lifting an 8,000-pound loaded dump truck. Or 38 Arnold Schwarzeneggers.
Oh, real interesting stuff, Beakman. But we are at a picnic with no food, and surprise, I am hungry.
Hey, not to worry, Lester. How would you like to visit a farm?
Excuse me, Beakman, but I do not hear any mooing, clucking, or oinking.
Well, that is because this is not a mooing, clucking, or oinking kind of farm. This is an ant farm. This is what an underground ant colony looks like. Ant colonies can have as many as 10 million members. A typical colony has lots of rooms and connecting tunnels. Over here are gathering or resting places for the worker ants.
I'm so tired.
This chamber houses the queen and her eggs.
Your Highness.
By the way, ant babies are called grubs, and they get their first meals from the queen's saliva.
Talk about your spitting image.
These rooms are nurseries where the worker ants care for the little grubs after the queen has finished with them.
Oh, yeah. I think I see a few of them changing diapers.
Oh, what a stinky one.
You joke. Lester. But did you know that ant babies do something very similar to crying? They produce a shrill sound, which, like the crying of a baby, attracts the attention of the workers that wash and feed them.
I was just looking for some attention.
Well, pay attention to this. Among all insects, the ant comes closest to behaving like human beings. Get this, some ants milk other insects the way we milk cows. Others plant fungus gardens and gather crops like farmers. Some harvest grain and store it.
Amazon ants are unable to feed themselves and keep other kinds of ants as servants to do it for them.
Like you do with me.
So, are ants a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, in nature, things aren't good or bad. They just are. But as far as we're concerned, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that ants eat insects that can damage crops. They eat lots of termites. And by digging their nests, they loosen the soil, which helps farmers.
Well, I'm a little antsy to hear the bad news.
Well, that would be that some ants have a very painful sting. And some can damage your house by tunneling through the wood. Why, some ants even go to war. These are army ants, being all they can be, meat-eating killers. A colony of army ants can range from 10,000 to several million members. And they have no permanent home. They march through the jungles of Africa and South America in wide columns and surround any slow-moving creatures in their path, covering them with bites. Anyway, that's one army you don't have to be afraid of. An army ant's bite may hurt, but it can't paralyze or kill people.
Besides, we're a lot faster than ants, so we can get out of their way.
So, Jordan Gray of Austin, Texas, I hope that was the cool stuff about ants you were waiting to hear.
Coming up next, we're gonna show you how to save a life. We'll be right back after this.
Beakman's World must now take a beaker break. And now, back to Beakman's World.
Assemble.
It's time to hammer! You hat rack! Here he is, the pin setter of possibilities, the towel boy of trivia, the Whitman Mayo of the technical KO, the one, the only, the Beakman!
You throw 'em, I'll tow 'em. Let's halle-galle.
Give it to me, it's mine.
No, it's mine.
It's mine.
It's mine.
Question. Chris and Joe Koppler of Floyd's Knobs, Indiana ask, Dear Beakman, what is the average temperature on Pluto?
The temperature on the planet Pluto ranges from 340 to 370 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit.
Gesundheit.
Gotta give him credit, though. He knew that one cold.
Question. How many dimples are there on a golf ball?
Answer, more than 350.
Question. Is that more or less dimples than John Davidson had?
Answer, less.
But he doesn't fly as far when you hit him with a 5-iron.
Fast fact, canned food was first available in the 1820s, but the can opener wasn't invented until the 1860s.
So what? Didn't those people have teeth?
No, Lester, they opened the cans with mallets and chisels.
Dr. Liza? Paging Dr. Liza. You're wanted in the first aid sketch.
That's me! 10-4, Lester. Hello, I'm Dr. Liza with today's health tip. Don't stand under a falling piano. It just isn't safe.
Oh, no. Oh, the humanity.
she tells me.
Lester, I'm glad you're here. You can help me.
Oh, very well, Doctor. I'm sterile.
And the world's a better place for it. Now, what do you do if you see someone choking?
Finish their fries?
No, you save their life.
Oh, I know. You reach into their mouth and pull out whatever it is they're choking on.
No, Lester, that's the worst thing you can do. Choking is when something like a piece of food or a small toy is blocking someone's air passage. Reaching into their mouth could actually push that food or toy deeper into their throat, making matters worse.
So what do?
You have to act fast and remain calm.
Act fast and remain calm.
First, ask the person, are you choking? If they can breathe or even cough, watch them carefully, but don't do anything. But if they're clutching their throat and they can't breathe, you have to take action. Yell for help. And get someone to call an ambulance. Then, you have to do the Heimlich maneuver, named for Dr. Henry J. Heimlich, who invented it.
If you try any of our experiments, make sure you do them with a grown-up and that you follow our instructions. Most important, be careful.
Ray, I'll need that big Beakman doll to demonstrate the Heimlich maneuver.
Okay, Doc. Dummy party of one.
Thank you, Ray.
Oh, you're welcome.
Get behind the person and grab them around the waist. Make a fist with one hand and place the thumb side of your fist in the middle of the person's abdomen, just above the belly button and below the ribs. Thank you, Ray. Remember, below the ribs. That's very important. Then grab your fist with the other hand and press your fist into their abdomen with a quick upward thrust. I'm just gonna pretend because you should never do this on a person who isn't choking. If it doesn't work the first time, keep doing it. If this fellow had really been choking, I would have forced the thing in his throat, out through his mouth, so he could start breathing again.
Question. Now then, question. If you are choking on food and somebody does the Heimlich maneuver on you, which forces the food out of your mouth, are you allowed to take said food and eat it again?
Lester, that's disgusting.
Hey, you don't ask, you don't learn.
Paging Dr. Denominator. Dr. Lois Denominator.
The Heimlich maneuver really can save someone's life. If you want to practice the moves, make sure you have a grown-up helping you. And by the way, you should never, ever try this maneuver on a baby.
Coming up next, a crash course on collisions. Fasten your seatbelts and stick around.
Beakman's World will be back in a flash. And now, back to Beakman's World.
I think I've just discovered where in the world Carmen Sandiego is.
Here's one from Rachel Friedman of Tucson, Arizona. She writes, yeah, enough already. Let's see some stuff crash.
Rachel wants to know about collision.
Collision, a dynamic event consisting of two or more bodies, resulting in a change in momentum of the participating bodies.
Translated, he was telling us a collision happens when at least two things try to be in the same place at the same time.
Great! Let's see some collisions!
Hey, relax, Lester. First, we have to understand that in collisions, energy is conserved or saved.
That means it isn't gained or lost because...
Everything goes somewhere. That's right. Energy never goes away or gets used up. In fact, all the energy that was here on the first day of the universe is still here today. But energy does get changed to other kinds of energy. In a collision, the energy of the things in motion gets changed into noise and heat. And then even the noise turns into heat.
Yeah, noise, heat. Now, let's pop some airbags.
In due time, there are two basic kinds of collisions: elastic and inelastic. In a highly elastic collision, this hard ball collides with the table, then bounces back up. It keeps moving. Very little of the energy changes to heat. Now, in an inelastic collision, this soft, wet toilet paper stops dead.
Does that mean that all the motion energy was turned into heat?
Yes! That is what it means.
Oh, good collisions, Beakman. A bouncing ball and a wad of wet toilet paper. I'm not sure I can handle this many thrills.
If it's thrills you want, it's thrills you'll have, because it's time to play... Wheel of Collision!
That's right, it's time to play Wheel of Collision. The groovy game that's sweeping the nation. And isn't it about time somebody swept the nation? Let's say hello to our contestants.
Hello, I'm a homemaker from Mineola. My hobbies are taxidermy and field...
Great! Okay, you know the rules. Ray spins the wheel. We show the collision. And they have to tell us if it's elastic or inelastic. Now, it's time to spin the wheel. Banzai collision. What kind of collision was that?
Japan.
Close, but we're looking for the kind of collision. Liza.
It was a mildly elastic collision. Even though some of the energy did get turned into heat, the rather large gentleman did keep moving.
You are correct. Let's hit it again. We've hit the spot collision. Well...
Oh, sorry, I pushed it by mistake. Say, what time's lunch?
Yes, Liza!
Inelastic.
And why do you say that?
Because when the darts collided with the target, they stopped moving.
Hey, she's good. Ray? Ah, the classic in-your-face collision.
Banana cream.
I'm sorry. Liza!
That one was inelastic, too, because the pie stopped moving when it stuck to the face.
You are right!
Wheel of Collision's grand champion. You've won a Hawaiian vacation, $1 million dream home, and a year's supply of Fielding's pocket fish sticks. Put a smile on your face and a smelt in your pocket.
And we'll see you next time on Wheel of Collision!
Here's an equally thrilling example of an inelastic collision.
Ready, Beakman?
I don't know about this, guys. So, Rachel Friedman of Tucson, Arizona, that's the what and how of things that go pow.
Why are collisions so much fun to look at? Well, as we say in science, 'cause they're cool. We'll look at a whole bunch of them after this.
Beakman's World will be back after these messages. And now, back to Beakman's World.
Here it is. You've been waiting for it, and we're not gonna disappoint you. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom.
You know, that gives me a whole new respect for wearing seatbelts.
Yeah, Lester really likes to play it safe. He also comes equipped with his own airbag.
Hey, it's all muscle.
Speaking of muscles, it's time for us to muscle our way out of here.
See you next time.
Beakman's World.
Hey, Herb, I got a great idea.
Uh-oh, he's got a great idea.
Why don't you run into me and let's see what kind of collision that would be?
Okay, here I come.
Oh, no, it's broke. It's busted.
What, your beak, your fin, your flipper?
No, the remote control.
Oh, that is serious. How are you going to turn off Beakman?
Watch this.
Hey, don't pull the ploop.